Hi everyone, welcome to VLSI Academy. This is second lecture on power analysis series, and today we will understand about what all inputs are required for power analysis. So in this video, we will understand about inputs. What are the inputs for power analysis? We will try to understand in VLSI world for doing the power analysis, what are the inputs required. So broadly speaking, power analysis can be divided into two parts. One is static. So one is static power analysis and another is dynamic. So we will see both of them, how it varies, we will understand that. So let's say we will start with, first of all, static. So instead of doing that way, like it is static or like that, first we will see the what are the inputs. So let's say first is def. So one is def. Def is your design exchange format. It is a physical input. It contains the information about the physical information about the design. So it is a design input. We can call it as design input, right? This is a design input and it is required for both. So it is needed in static and dynamic. So both of them needs the def as an input. Next is your lef. Lef is your library exchange format. That is library file. So it is a library file, library exchange format, and it is also coming from the design. So it is a design input. It contains the abstract view of the design. So it is a design input. Now where is it needed? It is also needed in both static and dynamic. Both needs it. Now let's see next. What next we have? So next is your library information. So library file. So it is a synopsys library file which contains the logical distribution. So it will contains the logical description of the cell. So it is a library file, libcell file. It contains the libcell file which has power and timing tables which are used for power calculation. So it is a design input. Yes, it also contains. So it will be for both static and dynamic. Both needs it. Now next is your spice net list. So spice net list of standard cells and decoupling cells is needed, and basically it is required to create the current profile in the power library. So we have here spice net list. Spice net list is needed for, and it is a design input. So basically it is only for power calculation in the dynamic environment. So it is for dynamic input. And then next is your spef file. You should also be able to tell spef is an extraction file. It contains the extraction information which is instance specific parasitic data. So you can say that it is an instance specific parasitic data which is a design input. It is a design input. And is it needed for static? No, it is only needed for dynamic. This also is only dynamic. So these are only for dynamic. And is it a required input? No, it is not a required input. It is a recommended input for dynamic power analysis. After that, there is something called as VCD file. Now, VCD file, it is a value change dump file. It is a value change dump file. What does it contain? It contains the net toggling activity and peak power activity. So it is required for dynamic. It is a design input. It comes from the design only. And is it required? It is not required. It is a recommended. It is a recommended thing, but not a required mandatory input. Then there is something called as tech file. Something called as tech file. So now tech file. Tech file is basically containing the metal information, metal layer info, and it is not a design input. It comes from the technology side, and it is needed for static and dynamic both. It is needed in static and dynamic both. Then there is layer map file, GDS layer map file. GDS layer map file, it contains basically a GDS information. So basically it enables the GDS layer number to left layer name mapping. So it is basically GDS to left. There will be left layer names and GDS layer numbers. They will be mapped through GDS layer map file, and it is needed for both static and dynamic. Then what next we have is GSR. GSR is what? It is a global system requirement file. It is a design specific information file, and basically it contains global specs. It contains global specs such as VDD nets, clock routes, and their respective frequencies, default logic toggle rates, switching net of special nets, reset nets, all these things. So you can say all the global specs, and it is needed for static and dynamic both. And then we have a pad file, that is also pad file, which is also for static and dynamic both. It contains power and ground pad description. Power and ground pad description. So these are the important inputs. Other than this, there might be something else that is left out. So we will cover that also later on. But these are the, broadly speaking, these are the inputs that are required for starting the power analysis. That is all for this video. We will come up with more interesting topics in further videos. Please do subscribe to VLSI Academy and let us know your views in the comment section. Thank you.